The title of this personal narrative is called Glory Days to Gloomy Days. The stadium atmosphere quivered with the spirit of a fiery coliseum. You could hear the undying, endless, vibrant chants from the fans in the tunnel, ready to murder their voices, all by propelling their team to victory. For another person, it was a special feeling to swarm yourself around in, as you could feel your body cells shaking in excitement, as if it was the individual's last day on earth and knew he had to give the best performance of his life. That was the feeling you could sense around the tunnel from the players of the home side, with a noticeable sense of commitment discharging from them. From the rival home team, you could see their eyes beaming with extreme confidence, in such a way you would think they had already won the game in their heads. From my teammates, however, you could also see a disturbed demeanor on their faces, filled with a potent gazing fear on their looks, thinking they were about to enter the slaughterhouse for their gruesome execution. Despite all the noise, the pressure didn't get to me. The only thing that was on my mind was scoring, then going out and indulging in a night of extravagance, ready to spend another huge lump of money at the hottest party in town, ready to impress the loveliest, most beautiful women I came across. My soccer career funded this lifestyle, and performing every week by scoring as a striker to get extra wage bonuses was the only driving force that enabled me to expose my inner beast to the world watching. Many would claim it's their passion for soccer that makes them want to go the extra mile in their game. For me, however, it was my love for the grand lifestyle and exotic cars that caused me to kill opponents on the pitch. In the tunnel before walking out, the captain of the rival team, Rory Anderson, an imposing muscular figure, approached me, expecting me to feel an impending sense of doom and fear awaiting me. He leaned and whispered, "I've seen men like you, thinking you're better than everyone because you think you're so special. Your pretty face may win the love of many, but today I'll end you." These empty threats didn't seem to bother me, as I chuckled without saying a word back to him, knowing I was about to give him a run for his money. "Why would I even think about you? I just want to score, then party tonight!" I exclaimed with excitement in my mind. Then came the pivotal moment as both teams emerged out of the tunnel onto the pitch. The pitch stretched out in an authentic tone of green, and I smelled the leafy aroma excreting from the fresh grass. I felt like a kid again, experiencing the addictive nostalgia of me playing in the park before it turned into a construction site for a new mall. Those were the days when soccer was actually my first love, before puberty kicked in high school, turning me into an arrogant hot mess, desiring the latest cars and luxurious lifestyle. The destruction of the park, along with my manly hormones kicking in at the same time, seemed like the stars aligned at the right time, like a transitional process that ordained itself to occur like lightning. The intense atmosphere illuminated with flares around the stadium. The stadium stands were filled with smoke everywhere, obscuring the view of the fans. This built a special connection with the home team and fans, knowing they were the reason the team were on top of the table. Moments later, the ref blew his whistle as the game began. In the first half, the home side maintained superiority over us. 15 minutes later, they broke the deadlock and scored the opening goal. It was hard to cope with their immense quality as 8 minutes later, they bagged number 2 against us. However, before the start of the second half, a rush of motivation ignited in me, remembering how much I needed this bonus. I also had the desire to silence Anderson, my formidable rival, just like a lion overpowering its prey. The probability of dwindling into thin air, becoming non-existent in the game, while heading into a party without receiving the attention and praise, wasn't something I could live with. In a quick fashion, the game turned around as I scored 2 goals. I felt like a different animal, enjoying the hate hurled towards me from the home fans, while toying with the opposition defense. Towards the end of the game, however, my life transformed for the worse. Taking advantage of a mistouched control from the opposing player, I dashed ahead towards the direction of the keeper. In a sudden, I experienced the most intense bone-cracking impact occurring behind my legs. The, the medical team rushed down to the scene, and while yelping in serious pain, Anderson bent down as he stood in front of me with a malicious smirk on his face, proud of the fact I was lying down in agonizing pain from his grueling tackle against me. All this occurred while I could hear jeering chants from the fans, while an intense on-pitch battle between both teams proceeded as a result of the tackle. It resembles something you had seen in a glorious, entertaining Royal Rumble matchup. Weeks later, I was told I would never play football again by the doctor, while I lay lifeless on the hospital bed as a result of hearing the news empty inside. I lost everything, a huge part of me. I had no way to fund my lifestyle that ever so fulfilled me. Then it all came to fruition. The money dwindled over time, my so-called bodies vanished, the women stopped taking notice of me, and all that remained was a friendly company of depression and self-pity that tortured my mind every single day. This period humbled me, realizing how swift the karma of life would strike.